We'll start this video by saying that for some time now, Acer with its Predator series has definitely been making a strong impression as one of the world's best brands when it comes to gaming laptops. We've tested so many models in the past year that this claim definitely stands. One can't help but wonder what Acer's secret formula really is, because let's be honest, almost all manufacturers in the gaming class have more or less identical hardware at their disposal. The secret is that, in the case of the Predator series, Acer acts like not only a company, but like a real hardware enthusiast, configuring its models with care and without compromise, just like a real PC enthusiast would. This kind of approach makes Acer Predator laptops always perform among the best devices we test. It is a wonder how lower spec hardware in some Predator models can sometimes deliver performance compatible to some high spec competitors. How is that even possible? Well, it's because they stay away from cheap money saving tricks like installing a single memory module or a slower SSD. Such compromises affect the rest of the system performance and often incur some further performance penalties. Not taking this route is a very fair approach towards users who decide to spend a few €1,000s for a premium gaming laptop, more because recently we saw many well-known brands succumb to such a bad practice. For our test, we received the Predator Helios 300, a computer that best illustrates what we just talked about. This laptop aims for the essence of superb performance and gaming experience, and it's tuned to the finest detail as a purebred gaming machine. First of all, we have a great 17-inch screen that uses an IPS display, which has an overdrive response rate at 3 milliseconds and a refresh rate at 144 Hz. The bezels of the screen are as thin as they can be on a device like this, which gives us a large usable viewing surface. We do feel that a 17-inch screen really provides a far better gaming experience than a 15.6-inch model do. You simply feel that you have a real gaming station in front of you, not some wannabe gaming device. Additionally, you can also connect external monitors via the HDMI 2.0 and DisplayPort 1.4 ports, which will allow you to display the image on 3 screens at the same time. Processing is done by Intel Core i7-8750H, which in terms of performance is a mobile chip that is most similar to a desktop CPU models. The 6 cores and 12 logical ones in Windows 10 OS operate at frequencies as high as 4.1 GHz, which is a maximum turbo step. The processor is paired with 16 GB of DDR4 2666 RAM configured in dual channel mode, a key detail in which Acer does not deviate from offering top performance. It turns out that this plays an extremely important role not only when it comes to performance of the CPU, but also built-in GeForce gaming graphics. A detail on which many well-known brands fail with the excuse that this move leaves room for further upgrades. The reality is that you paid 4 figures for a new expensive gaming laptop, and it may not give you a maximum gaming performance because manufacturer decided to save on a memory which costs around €50. Finally, we have the GPU, which is the key when it comes to gaming performance. Acer has opted for the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 2060 GPU with 6 GB of fast GDDR6 local video memory. We would say that this is an optimal performance choice considering the price and the capabilities offered by this laptop screen. Thanks to the well-crafted 3D Aero Blade cooling system, a turbo button has been inserted in order to switch the GPU to the fastest mode, accelerating the graphics system in order to achieve operating frequencies of desktop GPU as well as the similar performance levels. But that's not all. Acer also decided to use Western Digital M2 NVMe 512GB system disk each, configured in a RAID 0 stripe in order to achieve superior performance. If you feel it may not be enough space, there's another mechanical Toshiba SATA 3 1TB hard drive. Real gaming configuration, fast, and with plenty of space to install whatever you need. You can't have the ultimate mobile battle station without a fast network, and Helios 300 comes with an uncompromising pair of killer networking adapters. The Killer E2500 provides the LAN, while the Killer AX1650 provides wireless connection. The LAN adapter offers a fast response gigabit transfer, a feature that is relevant to battle royales and other fast-paced online games. The wireless adapter is even tougher because it meets Wi-Fi 6 specs, operating in 2x2 MIMO mode and transfers a maximum of 2.4 gigabits of data per second. Just be sure to set your router to AC only mode, not AN-AC combo, for maximum wireless transfer. And of course, there's no gaming without the sound. Traditionally, Predator gaming notebooks have very good sound, so Acer didn't experiment this time either. They used the Waves NX3D, the ambient sound system that surrounds you from all sides and sounds really good even on the built-in speaker. But the real gaming magic starts when you plug in a good set of gaming headphones. The Helios 300 Predator comes in a fairly large body because of its 17-inch screen. It's large in size, but with a relatively slim silhouette that is a part of an NVIDIA Max-Q design. The back has a huge exhaust vents with air diffusers and some extra ones that are located on sides of the case. The laptop comes with one HDMI, one mini DisplayPort, one USB-C Thunderbolt 3, and one USB-A 3.0 port on one side, and LAN, pair of USB 3.0 connectors, and a 3.5mm headphone and microphone jack on the other side. Helios 300 is equipped with 3815 mAh 4-cell lithium-ion battery. The computer is powered and charged by a 180-watt maximum power adapter. The device is just over 40 centimeters wide, 28 centimeters deep, and 2.5 centimeters high. The weight of this gaming monster is 2.9 kilograms. All in all, this is really a true mobile gaming desktop replacement. Perfect harmony of embedded hardware delivers performance, smooth animation, and a level of graphic detail of the highest quality. The sense of speed is comparable to the performance of classic desktop systems and graphic cards based on RTX 2060 solutions with minimal deviations, so we can conclude that Predator Helios 300 has captured the performance of a compatible desktop system. The effect when you activate the turbo button is especially brutal. Like some sports car, it gets noisy as the Aeroblade 3D fan system very quickly gets to 6,000 rotations per minute. It results in a drop in temperature, which raises the GPU processor clock speed by 200 MHz, while the CPU turbo approaches the 4 GHz limit. The performance gain with the active turbo mode can go up to 15%, since graphic accelerates from the base of 1485 MHz to 1685 MHz and reaches the end limits that break through 2000 MHz barrier. The performance goes through the roof, but the fan noise is like rusting leaves at the barely tolerable 60 decibel noise limit. In such situations, the only way out is to use a headset. The keyboard is fantastic, but this is the least we would expect from a Predator, which is traditionally good in this regard. It's even more compelling now because of the huge body surface, so all the comfort of a large, beautifully lit 4-zone RGB keys can now be enjoyed on a laptop device. If you're bothered by the color, you can choose a static monochrome mode with a white light. Be sure to turn off the large touchpad when gaming, as you will often touch it with the root of your left thumb. The wireless killer AX1650 works great when paired with a well-tuned dual-band router and uses our maximum throughput of 300 megabytes per second without any problem. The fast response of the Wi-Fi connection guarantees a great feel when playing online games, completely comparable to that of a classic LAN. While running on battery power, which due to demanding large screens seem to be sufficient only for some light tasks, the Predator Helios 300 is in limited gaming battery boost mode that doesn't exceed 30 frames per second and also does not allow for activation of turbo button. The battery life while playing games at 80% brightness and best performance settings barely got us an hour of gaming. As for the battery life while working with some usual apps like sound, image, and video editing, or even office applications, it will last just over 3 hours. To get the battery fully charged, it will take you an hour and 30 minutes. Helios 300 consumes about 170 watts of maximum power. The elevated heating zone is located just above the exhaust part and is below the screen. The highest temperature on the case is measured in the upper right corner with 51.5 degrees Celsius. The WASD keys area almost got 40 degrees, while the cursor keys measured at maximum of 43.5 degrees Celsius. At the very openings where copper coolers are seen, we measured a maximum of 60 degrees. The system itself was obviously warmer, so the CPU also recorded significantly higher values in the monitoring software, which read 80 to 90 degrees from the internal sensors during loading. The GPU was slightly cooler by reaching a measured maximum of 80 degrees Celsius. The bottom cover is relatively easy to remove, making it easy to access the component part for optional system upgrades. The laptop uses classic M2 NVMe SSDs for their own heatsinks. It's the same with the RAM memory. Helios proved to be really fast in games, matching the recently tested Omen 15S equipped with RTX 2080 graphics card due to that model's single-channel configured RAM subsystem. The average frame rate in the most popular Battle Royale games exceeded 100 frames per second, while, for example, graphically demanding titles such as Borderlands 3, Battlefield 5, Far Cry 5 games came very close to the aforementioned limit of an average of 100 frames per second. The hardware power of this gaming laptop can also be used for more serious applications as a worthy alternative to desktop workstations, such as Adobe Premiere and After Effects, Blender, and other similar programs also showed some great performance. Acer Predator once again confirms why it is on the top of our list of favorite gaming laptops. Would we change anything? Yes, of course. We would love an even faster memory at say 3200 MHz and a corresponding OC profiles fitting of such a high-profile gaming device. We hope that Acer will satisfy our wishes so we can finally say that it's a gaming notebook without any flaws. The Helios 300 Predator still leaves almost no room for complaining. Its strongest points are those that have the most impact on good user experience. That is why it's almost flawless when it comes to primary purpose, gaming. So, if you have already decided spending almost 2,000 euros on a gaming laptop, the Predator Helios 300 would definitely be our recommendation. Thank you for watching our Helios 300 review. Don't forget to subscribe for our channel for more content and also comment on our videos. See you on our future reviews.